Hi, everybody. It's me. I just wanted to come to you and talk to you a little bit about some tools you might want to purchase for scene painting class. I am going to send you an email with some links of places you can buy these tools. Now, I want you to know you don't have to buy all of these. That is absolutely unnecessary. There are a few things that will be very helpful. And then there are a few things that if you are someone who are like, ooh, you know what? I think I really want to pursue scene painting as a career or scene design, then you might want to consider some other tools to buy and to augment on your list. You also might want to consider, oh, these are some things I might want, a parent or a grandparent or somebody to buy me if I have a birthday coming up, um, or you can stagger buying some things. So I'm going to talk you through what you need to buy. So first and foremost, you're going to need a 4-inch lay-in brush, and they can come in many different sizes. This one I got at Odd Lots when I was a freshman. I still love it. It is one of my very favorite brushes. What you want to look for is it needs to be 4 inches. It needs to be either nylon bristle or China bristle. I like China bristle, and that means that it's more of it's an organic bristle rather than synthetic, which would not be nylon or polyester. But it just needs to be a little floppy. This one I also got at Odd Lots, or that's what it was called back when I went to school. And it is a polyester one, and it's very floppy. It's great for spattering. Has a plastic handle. I think it was 99 cents. Again, I still love it. It's showing its age, and it's losing some hair, just like people do when they get old. But here's another thing you can go to the hardware store, Lowe's, big Home Depot, whichever one the big hardware stores, and you can get some chip brushes. These are like $2. I love these. These are like the ones I love. They come in really narrow ones, or they come in a little thicker. I like these a little better. Honestly, I'd buy these every single day of the week, because then I can throw them away when I get tired of them, or if I put them in something or I don't wash them out really well. Another really great place to buy brushes is Habitat for Humanity, Restore. That's a great place. We will have some of these. This is another 4-inch lay-in brush that you can borrow here at school, but it's just really handy to have your own. Definitely get a couple of chip brushes so you can use them for glue, and don't gook up your really good one for paint. So those definitely, you need a 4-inch brush for lay-in, for paint, and some chip brushes. They can be 4, 3, 2 for some glue, really cheap, so that it's not a big outpouring of money. So that's the first thing you really need. Second thing you really need, you need a Purdy. I like Purdy. This is the Cadillac, and you get what you pay for. These are probably about $15, $10, $15. The name is Purdy. They're not just a pretty thing, they're Purdy. And it's an angled sash brush, and this is going to help you do a lot of lines. And you're going to want at least 1.5 inches, possibly even a 2-inch lining sash brush. And they just are the Cadillac. And this is one of the instances when you invest in a good brush, it's going to help make you a better artist, honest to God. I mean, you've heard the saying, a poor carpenter blames his tools. Well, in this case, good brushes really make a good artist. So you want at least one Purdy or one good angled sash brush. I'll give you some links to those. Again, these are available at Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, Lowe's. Now, I will tell you that Sherwin-Williams has the better of the Purdy ones. What they've done is Worcester owns Purdy, and they bought them, and they've put the pro grade ones at like Sherwin-Williams and the paint stores, and the consumer ones that aren't so good, even though they say pro on them, at Home Depot and Lowe's. So they're not quite as good, but for what you're going to do right now in scene painting class for your first time, this is going to be fine. These are an investment, and once you take care of them, they're going to be yours for life. My husband used them, one of my good Purdy's, for some stuff, and it got paint all over. I saved it. I resurrected that brush. I thought it was all hope was gone. I actually was crying over it, seriously. And I resurrected it. Granted, it was, it's during the coronavirus, so I had all the time in the world. But so anyway, things you need a 4-inch brush, actually this one, 4-inch brush, a chip brush, and at least one angled sash brush. Now, the other thing you need, I will put a link for things called fitches. They're called lining fitches. And I said fitches with an F. It's like witch, only with an F. They come in a couple different styles. They come in sort of a flat oval shape. See that? Or they come in around, coming around like that. Either are fine. The rounds were the ones I bought when I was a freshman. They're the ones I like the best. That shows my own personal bias, I have to admit, but they're both great. They do different things. I would suggest, if you can, I'd buy 1 or 2 of the fitches, and I'm going to give you a list of where you can buy them. They're bought at Scenic supply stores like Vincent Lighting, Rose Brand, BMI. I'll give you some links. They are about $5 a piece. Like I said, they come in a set. You can get a set of 7 for like $120, but oh my gosh, that's a big investment. I know. When I was in school, I bought a set of 7, and I think they were $50. So yeah, I hear you. I'm not saying buy a set of 7. I'm saying buy 1 or 2. And which size would I buy? I'd buy a 1/4 inch, which is the small size here. And probably I'd buy, I think this is the 3/4 or 1 inch. So those would be the 2 I would buy. If I had to buy only 2 out of all of them, I'd buy these 2. Now, there is another option. On Amazon, there is a set of smaller brushes, a whole set of natural bristle brushes that come in a nice little handy carrying case like this, only it's, and it's not that much money, but you get like 15 brushes. That is a really excellent set of brushes. And by excellent, I mean you get a lot of different sizes. Where the difference comes in between buying a fitch that is a true scenic fitch and buying one of those brushes is how the bristles stay together. You know how your hair gets really fuzzy when it's humid, or at least that's what my hair does? That's what those cheaper brushes do. They just kind of splay out, and it's hard to get a really nice line. With the better brushes, you're going to get it's going to stick together a little better. We've got ways to like make them work, to tame them, which I can talk you through once we get to class. So you need to look at your budget, and whatever you choose for your budget, we will make work in scene painting class. We can paint with sticks if we wanted to. We can paint with our fingers if we wanted to. I'd like you to paint with some brushes. Let's start there. But we can paint with any grade of brush, and I will help you through it. And if you're struggling, if you can't afford something, you let me know, and you can borrow some of mine. You can borrow some out of the shop. We will figure this out. You just have to talk to me, because I have plenty of brushes I can share, and I'm willing to share them. especially during class. So just let me know. Another thing that's going to be super helpful is buying a sea sponge. This is helpful. Um, we're going to use it for probably one, maybe two projects. A regular kitchen sponge will do the same thing. You have to, it's a different technique in which we use it, but you know, either one of these, both of them, if you're feeling very, wealthy. Granted, this is what, $1, and you get a pack of 3 at the dollar store. Yeah, go to the dollar store, get things there. A tape measure is going to be very helpful. You don't need anything bigger than probably a 12-foot for this class. If you are a TD, or if you're considering that you really want to be a scenic artist or a scenic designer or carpenter TD type person when you grow up, I'm still working on that one. You want a 25. 25s are great. They're going to do pretty much whatever you want to do. And I personally, I like the Stanley lever lock ones, because when you pull them out, it stays out, and then you push it down, push this lever, and it snaps back in. That's my fave. Another helpful, not absolutely necessary thing is going to be a chalk line. You can use either one of them. The chalk line is going to be super helpful for several projects, actually. And what you want to make sure is you get the one with the blue chalk, not the red chalk. Don't get the red chalk. Even more helpful is getting one with charcoal, powdered charcoal in that. Those are a little more challenging to find, but the blue is better than the red. The red will never come off. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, we do have other brushes. You can get other brushes from like Dick Blick or any place else. They're just going to do different things. We just want some big brushes. We want to stay away from getting like little tiny brushes. These in scene painting, we're going to look at everything from 40 feet away. So we don't need to be super tight and super detailed. We'll get there, but there are ways of making these big brushes do the little tiny detail. And I'm confident you can do it. You just have to know how. That's why you're here. Other things to have on hand when we're in the shop, it's not going to be a big deal, but if you take your project home to work on it, you're going to want these things. You're going to want some dish soap. You can have Ivory or Dawn, and I get no endorsements from Procter & Gamble. It just is what we had in the shop. I personally like Dawn, but the the dish soap from the dollar store, perfectly good. So you want to think about this like shampoo. So it's going to do the hard work in your brushes. Then if you want, this is the thing, if you really want the Cadillac of everything, but we can still do without this. This next one is you can totally do without. It's just a luxury item. Is some Murphy's oil soap. You do not have to buy the gallon jug, in fact, don't. You're going to use like this much of it. I will probably be able to send some of this home with you if you're working at home. Murphy's oil soap is like the conditioner, but you can also use the Dawn as a conditioner. I can show you how to do that as well. So those are the things you need. You need a 4-inch brush, a chip brush, one or two, 2 smaller brushes, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and maybe a 3/4 inch brush. Those would be the ones, plus at least 1.5 inch sash brush. That's a really good one, like a Purdy, and a sponge or sponge, tape measure. Another luxury item, sort of luxury, medium luxury, will be chalk line. If you've had not scene painting, you're in scene painting. If you've had drafting class, having your architect scale is a super helpful thing. If you don't have an architect scale, let me know, and we'll be able to probably round one up for you. But again, if you're a theater person, which you all are theater majors, whether you are a director, an actor, a designer, a technician, you need an architect scale. Get a cheap one. It's $3. I know all these $3 add up, but it's going to help you do your job so much faster. So again, I'm so looking forward to our time when we get back to school and we're all together and we get to start painting. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about what you need to buy, where to buy it, when you need it, you need it first day of school, if possible. I understand how shipping is not necessarily as friendly right now. It's not necessarily coming in 2 days if you order from Amazon. It does take some time, so plan ahead. If, again, prioritize what you need to buy. If you need to help prioritizing that based on your finances, just talk to me. There will be no judgments. I want to help you and I want to help you succeed. So have a great rest of your summer and I look forward to seeing you in August. Bye-bye.